If you are looking to build muscle, improve coordination, and get outside your comfort zone, my first guest this morning says reach beyond the treadmill. Research suggests weight training can be one of the most effective tools to challenge your body and gain great results. Today we're sharing 5 effective weight workouts that can help kickstart your strength training journey. Studio 5 health and fitness contributor Emily Nelson, the beautiful face who starts our show every morning, is here with a game plan. Thanks for being part of our show.
I'm so happy to be here.
That was so cute. She's like, oh, I forgot we did that.
I know.
Because we just jump into the conversation every day.
Yes, I love it.
And we're so lucky to have you. Weights.
Yeah.
Okay, sister, this can feel intimidating still for a lot of women.
It's so intimidating. And what kind of like sparked this conversation was actually on vacation not too long ago. And you know me, I usually have like such a set schedule with my teaching. So I just wander into the gym, and even I was like feeling a bit overwhelmed. I'm like, what should I do? I didn't really go in with a game plan. And even like for me, who's very confident in my fitness level and what I'm doing, it can still feel intimidating. So I want everybody to know that like that's a normal feeling. If you're not going to the gym every day and going straight to the weight room and the weight section, you may feel intimidated, and that's okay, but just know that that's a normal feeling, and the first step is just to get in there.
Yeah.
And people really are so kind if you want to ask for help or whatever, but I do today want to set you up with some tools that like you can feel like, okay, I at least got to start to head in there with a game plan.
You've got some basic rules of thumb to remember when we're weight training.
Yeah, so there's just a lot of like, what am I trying to do, right?
Yeah.
Like what are my goals? What are my goals here?
Yeah.
So kind of rules of thumb, if you are wanting to build strength and like, you know, build more strength and increase your strength, then you want to do heavier weights for less reps.
Heavy weights, less reps.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're trying to build endurance, which means you just want to have longer muscle endurance, be able to hold things longer, you want to do more reps and lighter weights.
Are we working the same area for like a week and then moving on, or are we rotating?
No, one thing to remember is to always mix up the muscle groups. So it's important to know if you're just weight training 2 days a week, that's great. If you want to go 5 days a week, if you've built up to that. Remember, we always say start small. You'd want to make sure that you're not overtraining the same muscle group. So if you do want to train every single day, make sure that you are focusing on certain muscle groups, because recovery is part of building muscle. If you went in and you worked biceps Monday, biceps Tuesday, they're not going to have enough recovery time to actually build that strength that you're working on.
You hear like harder days, lighter days. Does that work for women?
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's overwhelming. I think for beginners, you should just kind of start. So another rule of thumb is to start with the bigger muscle groups. So if you're like, I don't know where to start with like the squats and the glutes and the bigger muscle groups, and work your way up to the smaller shoulders, little like muscle groups too.
And this is one situation, if I understand correctly, where form really matters. You want to go slow and careful, right?
Absolutely. I think you and I have done segments where we focus just on lower body form or just on upper body, because it is so important to form rules everything. If you can't do it correctly using weights, go less weight. If you still can't do that, drop the weight. But today we wanted to focus on hand weights because they really can be awesome. I think when you go into a weight room, you see these machines and you're like, okay, I should probably be doing those. And while machines have a great thing because they actually can assist you on form, that's what they're built to, and you can go heavier if you're past that weight. There's a learning curve. I was at the gym and I was like trying to you like pull out the thing.
It's the worst, that little metal.
And everybody's looking, like I felt like everyone's looking at me, and I was like, we're just gonna go over here and we're gonna grab these dumbbells, and guess what? I got just as gonna work out. I was like, we're gonna exit the other way.
It is funny how you think people are more aware of you than they really are. That's true in any life situation.
150%.
But I'm with you, free weights feel a lot more approachable. So you have 5 moves for us today.
Yeah.
Right? With the free weights, let's go.
Okay.
Do I get the 3s? Or the 5s?
You're going with the 5s over there. Okay, so we are following that rule of thumb. So this is if you wanted to build your own workout. Say you went in there.
Yeah.
Listen, we're going to talk later about where you can just grab other people's workouts, because I love
borrow
to do
their
that.
ideas. Yeah.
But one thing is to say we're going to do 10 to 12 reps. So you're going to see how many you can get for 3 sets.
Yeah.
So we're obviously, you and I are not going to do 3 sets. We're just going to show. So we're going to start down, and what do we talk about? Starting with the largest muscle group. You want to know what's my largest muscle group? My glutes.
Hey, sister.
Right? So we're going to take our weights and we're going to place them. We're going to lay down on our back.
Okay.
And we're going to place just those feet down where you feel comfortable. Remember, smash your blueberries.
I love that. I think of you all the time.
Yes, down. And then we're going to place this, and we're going to squeeze, lifting vertebrae by vertebrae. You're going to roll up, and you're going to squeeze to the top, and you're going to come down. So this, for example, would be our first exercise, and so we would do 10 to 12 reps.
3 times.
Yeah, and then we'd rest. You want to rest at least, depending how you're feeling, but 30 to 30 seconds to a minute.
Okay.
So that's the biggest one. So one thing I want to challenge you though is, so right there, that probably wasn't too hard with that, right?
That worked, yeah.
You could have done heavier.
Well.
So one thing to do is to always don't get too comfortable, like make sure the first rep and then grab heavier, because guess what? You can always drop them and go lighter.
Okay.
Or push yourself.
So grab 2 sets if you are at the gym.
Absolutely.
Or
yeah,
just have the option.
Yeah, okay, so we're gonna grab our weights. Next one is very basic. We're staying basic, and we're just gonna do a lunge, okay? So we're gonna reverse lunge, keeping our knee in line with our toe. Now, once again, we are working those large muscle groups, so you can go quite heavier, right? This is gonna be on your lower body. I want you to grab heavier. So once again, we're gonna do 10 to 12 reps.
Got it.
Rest 3 sets through, okay? Okay, so then we're gonna move up the body. So this one, you can actually, we're gonna drop one weight. You could have a chair or a bench. We're just gonna stand in a staggered stance, and we're gonna place our hand here, and we're gonna row right there. So one arm. So when we're doing one arm.
See how slow she's going? That always catches me. Slow.
Slow.
Yeah.
Because guess what? I'm using every muscle group. Core is tight and lifted.
Yeah.
No matter what you're doing, you're squeezing every part of your body. Now, because you're doing one arm, you can probably go heavier than if we were doing both at the same time.
Okay.
So you want to make sure that while we're just beginning and we're getting comfortable, we also want to push ourselves, right?
Yeah.
Because we want to preserve our muscle mass. One of the most important things as we age to do, even more than losing body fat, is to preserve that muscle mass. It's so important. Did you know, this is a fun fact, we're in the middle of the workout, we're talking
For fingers out, I'm listening.
Starting in our 30s, every year we lose a percentage of our muscle mass.
Starting in your 30s?
Starting in your 30s.
Oh boy.
So even if we're just literally picking up weights, it's so important to preserve it. Yes, it's good to build strength, but we need to just keep that muscle mass. Okay. So our next move, we went from glutes to lunges to our one arm row. We're gonna do an overhead press.
Okay.
So nice wide stance. Remember, out of our peripheral, we want to be able to see those weights as we go up and down, right there. So this is going to be one that...
I'm a little creaky this morning,
yes,
can you hear me?
I know, we're like, crank.
Speaking of those 30s.
Listen, it's
where are they?
If at any point you're losing form, you need to drop weight, or you could alternate, right? So we want to make sure that we're doing that.
Listen, I realize I'm only doing like 5 reps, but it feels good, doesn't it? Just to be strong.
And
to
honestly,
be strong.
there's something about that, like you leave and you're like, your muscles are fatigued.
Yeah.
Imagine after 3 rounds, you're feeling good. Okay, one
more.
last move. We're gonna lay down flat on our back.
Okay.
We're going back down. And we're gonna work our chest. So one thing is laying on the ground to work chest is gonna help us preserve that technique.
Okay.
So we're gonna go once again our peripheral vision, almost the same thing we just did.
Yeah.
We're gonna go up and then squeeze it down. So same thing, we wanna concentrate on
Should my
that
elbows
core.
be going to the floor?
Yes, you can go to the floor.
Okay.
Right there, all the way down, but you wanna almost like up and then go 3, 2, 1.
There it is.
Squeeze, and then 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
So obviously, these are very basic moves, right, Brooke?
Yeah.
But the thing is it's okay to be basic when we're starting out. If you're going to weight room and you're like, I don't know where to start, think about, I'm gonna start from the bottom, my glutes, my lunges, my squats, and work my way up.
Be basic.
Be basic.
Yeah.
3 sets of 10 to 12 reps, and that's okay. Just start
This is a great foundational start. You have a few other people that you recommend to lead you through free workouts.
Yeah, honestly, these right here, these ladies are more than qualified. That's one thing you want to be very careful of when you're just scrolling Instagram or wherever. If you're just grabbing a random workout, make sure you know who the source is. These people have free workouts almost daily with amazing form. They teach you how to do good form, and they're right there for you to follow. And I'm a big fan of following them and incorporating their workouts. They're healthy and they're safe and they're effective for all ages and all levels.
Love that endorsement. Love that recommendation. And thank you for teaching us and motivating us to think strong.
Pick up the weights no matter what, even if you're scared.
All right. Thanks, Sam. Thanks.